I haven't done a live stream for a long time. I did say I was going to do some evening ones. Oh, I had writing all over my face then. A bit odd. Yeah, I said I was going to do some evening ones, but they didn't quite materialise. Maybe I will. Colour was better as it was. Hello, how are you all? Oh, who we got in? Let's have a look. Mark, hello, and Jeanie, I like it. Top Tees and me. Hello, me. So hopefully we'll get some more people come along and play with us. I've got some drinks with me. I've got a little it's a purchase to show you. Stupid phone. That's so I can see the chat. Didn't expect it to spring to life. Interestingly, I didn't hear me. Isn't that weird? I couldn't hear myself chatting, but that thing just decided to sort of make an appearance. How annoying is that? See some more people come in. Hi, Dean of Andy. Dizzy Tack. Kerry, hi. I keep getting writing on my face. Karen, hello. So I thought I'd just, I thought, what am I going to do today? What video am I going to make today? It took me so long to do that swatch video yesterday. I didn't really have much chance to think about it. And then I had a couple of really gigantic orders. And I just thought, I'm not really meant to do that, Trace. Let me just get the... Yeah, so I had a couple of really big orders to pack. That's better. And it took all my time. Luckily, I'd invested in some gigantic boxes. Well, big boxes. And this one order had to go in a big box and a big bag. Because she ordered twice. So yeah, I did that as well, and I had the postman come. So it's been so busy, I didn't have a chance to set up a video for today. So I thought, you know what, I can chat then, can't I? So where was I up to? Kerry and Suzanne, hello. I didn't see you pop in there. Pat, hello. Your order is on its way, Pat. And Sue and Caroline. Don't forget the thummy. Thank you, Kerry. Another Karen. Kim, hello. Never been in my chat before. I don't really do them that often. I used to do them all the time. Ms. Glows, Crochet Creations. Gloria, hello, Gloria. Hello, Shelley and Emma Lee. Wow. I didn't know if there was going to be anyone around. Look at it. J Blue-Eyed Lady, hello. Jill. Good to see you all. I'm frightened to put it down in case anyone else comes in and I miss you. So yeah, I've been really, really mega busy. And we had the election. Oh, thank God that's over with. Every day on the TV, every time you put anything on, they're moaning and arguing, you know, like electioneering. I just hate all that stuff. When I was younger, I used to be quite political and I used to be involved. I was a chairman and I was a secretary of a party and I did all that. And I soon got burnt out from it. It was like all this dicky, you know, this arguing. It's just, go away. It's like permanently having squabbling kids. Couldn't stand it. Hi, VJ. What a great surprise. That I'm live. Yeah, well, I just thought, you know, I know what I'll do. I'll go live. I've got a project. I've been working on a bucket hat, but I'm going to have to undo this because this was sent to me as Happy Mail, and it is, I love that. I love this cotton. And although I really, really love this cotton, I don't think it's going to be enough because I'm not anywhere near finished. And all I have is this little splodge at the bottom. So I've got a feeling the other one that they sent me had two. Like I had two blue ones, which I think I used. I'm trying to remember what I might have made if I did. Anyway, I brought that in and I probably won't get a chance to do it. But I thought I'd try again with this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is Red Heart Unforgettable. But it's not really that unforgettable because it is identical, absolutely identical to Boho Spirit Harmony. So if I ran out of this, I have the exact same colours, exact same yarn in boho spirit. So there's no way I'd had 2 of those. So I've got another one somewhere. I did start making a pair of fingerless gloves with it, and heaven knows where they went. Hello, Ellie Cat. I was busy. I was mega busy. Thank you for getting orders out quickly. No, I like to get them out quickly. I was very industrious yesterday. Boy, was I. I packed all of them. And then I had, at the last minute, these 2 big orders come in. And I thought, should I go out and pack them? So I went out there and I looked at the time and it was already gone 9. So I thought, by the time I've done all this, I might miss buying the postage. Because if you do it before midnight, you get it done the next day. If it goes over midnight, then it wouldn't. Well, it would if I sat there and printed them all out, but still couldn't book it. So I had no choice but to leave those ones till today and do them. And then I had another one. So they're coming for those tomorrow. So yeah, it's been quite full on, really. And I've been rushed off my feet this last few days, which is a bit weird, really, when you consider I just work from home. It's like, I've had Gary said, "Did you do this?" I go, "No, I didn't have time." "Did you do this for me?" I went, "No, I didn't have time." So kind of not getting anything else done. It's just been full on, which I like. Don't get me wrong. Call me old fashioned. I do like being busy. Anyone I've missed come in? Have you recovered from the XD? Oh, do you mean? No, maybe not. What? Have I recovered from the XD? COVID? Or when I went, have I recovered? I don't think I've recovered from anything. Just not being, not being funny, but I never recovered from anything, me. No, I've recovered from COVID, if that's what you mean. Extremely intense shopping excursion. Well, it was off the back of that I was. Hang on, I've dropped my book on my foot. And I wouldn't mind, but it's a big one. Look at that. See, that's my order book. I have various books that I use and I take out there with me. And I've been using this one. It's gigantic. But Gary did buy me one, and I used. He bought me 2, but I can't find the other one. I used one up, and I got used to it. But I don't know where the other one is. It's probably in there somewhere. I've got a couple of cubbies full of books, and I'm a bit of a sucker when it comes to stationery. I can't walk by the stationery without buying a book or buying a pen. Terrible. When I used to work, I was always the one stealing the stuff out the stationery cupboard. That was me. I was always that person. Bag fully loaded with 20 million pens that you don't really need, and notebooks for it's just terrible for them, and post-it pads. It would be like, "Oh, precious, it's all mine. It's all mine. Stealing it." I was terrible as always. And the worst job, well, the best for me, but the worst for them, was a job that put me in charge of the stationery cupboard. Can you imagine? It's like, that's gonna be safe with me. It's like, yeah. So that was a brilliant job for me. First dibs on everything. Oh, highlighter pens. They're mine. Yeah, it was terrible. Is shipping horribly expensive? I've lowered the rates. I'm going to look at some of them again. I asked Chris to lower all the rates. I gave him some guidelines. I went online and I pretended I was posting a parcel for every area of every weight. And it was a bit of a task. And because over COVID and lockdown, and then all the prices went sky high, the postage rates all went up. And then they seem to have come back down. So I did change them all. And it's not until one maybe highlights to me that, oh, hang on, that's not quite right. I mean, I have to keep abreast of it all, I think. So I'm going to do that periodically, just make sure. But I've put in some lower ones because in the early days, I had massive orders. It's funny, come full circle, really. But when I first started, people in US, Canada, and everywhere, they were placing orders, but it was almost as if they think, I've got to make this count, right? So they would put like, sorry, something just flew in my eye. And they would have these gigantic orders, which I lost money on. I got a red eye now. I lost money on the postage on them because I didn't realise that people might order that amount. And I had to send them all really heavy through Parcel Force. So then when I kind of get settled down and I explained that, oh, I've got to match it up. Sorry, it looks bad. But I realised then, and I said, you don't have to order big amounts. It's weight based. So if you wanted to order like a mystery box now and then later on maybe order another one or order something else, you don't really need to do 3 at once. It's not necessary. So then it started to kind of tick over, and now I've really hurt my eye. I don't know what flew in it. I have to do that eyelash thing. Hang on. It's better. It's amazing how that works. So yeah, then it settled down, and recently with Creative Grandma and One, the Yarn Addict, doing those orders with mystery boxes, they've gone heavy again, the parcels. But thankfully Royal Mail have put in heavier parcel rates, and I don't have to go with Parcel Force. And what I did as well, so I didn't have to touch Parcel Force because they're not as good, they aren't, was if it was extra heavy, I would just do 2 bags and say it's coming in 2, because that way it's better. But some of them have to go in big boxes and some of them have to go in bags and boxes. That's the one I did today. So yeah, it's not too sad. It has gone down. Canada especially went down quite a bit for some reason. I don't understand, but it did. Maybe when we come out of Europe, we got better trade deals. I don't know. It just got better. It did. Zoila, hello. Cooking breakfast, but left your thummy. Thank you very much. Hi, Kathy from Pennsylvania. Hi, BYC Crochet. And thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I thought it'd just be me talking to myself, bringing in a project just in case, But here you all are. And so good to see you. So I'll show you something that I've got. It's not yarn. It's not anything to do with crochet or anything like that. Now, for those of you in the UK, you'll know who this is. But Martin Lewis is this saving us money guru, really. He's very good at mortgages and all that kind of really. He's very good at fiscal stuff as well. He's very, very good at financial. That's the word I'm looking for. So now he's always had like a newsletter, and he's got a TV show where he puts in all the deals that you can get. So if you can get a switch bank account, or you can switch your energy supplier, that sort of thing. But every now and then you get this, and I've done them in the past over on my other channel, Rocksteady, where you can get like £175 worth of beauty products from Boots for 30 quid or something like that. So I've done those in the past, but this was something else. This was free. All you had to do was pay your postage, which was something like £1 something. And it's by some company called Groom, got umlauts. It's German, isn't it? Groom. From your friends, just for you at Groom. So I've got like this little card inside. You could choose what you wanted, so which is quite good. World of Flowers. What that is all about. This is just stuff I can get if I want to subscribe to it all, I guess. Your cat was born to eat meat. She wasn't. She pukes if she does. So you're quite wrong there, matey. She's fine on her bickies. This is Hello Fresh. Won't be getting that. Okay, so this. Where's my specs? I'm going to look intelligent now. Oh, hello. There you are. This is Super by Grimm. Orange and grapefruit body wash bar. Gary will like this. He loves soap. Now look. You think it's going to be that big, don't you? You think this is the size. No, it's not. It's this size. Oh, that's nice, though. I want to eat that. I kind of, obviously I won't. I start foaming at the mouth. Oh, that's really nice. That's, yup, Gary will like that. It'll last him all of like one wash. He really is heavy on soap, you know. He can have a bar of soap, put it in the bath, and by the end of it, it's like this big because he just leaves it in the water and he just washes himself about 25,000 times. He does. He just loves it. Everyone's saying hello. Karen Wagner. Idle. Post-it notes of all sizes and colours and types. Just my husband buy me a giant box of stationery supplies for your birthday, but he didn't listen. I don't know. When I went to the shopping trip, I did... Oh, sorry about that. I forgot my... it's normally just a light now, but it is actually attached to it. That's not all that was in the box, by the way. I bought Sophia one of these pens because Gary gets these pens for her. See, yeah, that's pearly. But they're brilliant for me because I can write my orders in the colour. Yeah, well, not green, but black or blue. And then I've got the red to write the tracking numbers. And they're perfect, so I keep stealing them. I've got 2 blue ones. But because she loved, you know, she missed out on those. I thought, you're not going to see her for a while. You can get her another one. I bought her a gigantic gold one. She loves it. So what's this? To make up for the fact that I've stolen all of her pens. Face sunscreen. SPF 50 by Grimm. Grimm. Let's have a sniff. Doesn't smell of anything. That's good. Because I've been getting... I've got a spot there. I don't know if you can see it. But that is there because I'm sure of sunscreen. I buy them, so they're hypoallergenic. I buy them all the decent ones, but no, I get it anyway. This is a roll-on fragrance. This would be fun. What's their idea? Oh, hang on. Didn't expect that. That's gorgeous. Oh my God. That is amazing. That is actually really nice. Wait. That's beautiful. And so pungent as well for a little roll-on. That is amazing. I'm going to have to investigate on this one. They may just get a purchase out of me. That is small writing. I can't even see that with my glasses. I need one of them old lady magnifiers. Well, Gary did actually buy me one of those. I have no idea where it is. When his mum used to have one. She was half blind. And when she used to have her little thing, and she'd say, oh, let's have a look at that photo. And you give it to her, right? And this is her glass, and she'd be like this. Oh, she's got big, isn't she? I'm like, oh yeah, everything right up there. But yeah, but she had a bit of tunnel vision and all sorts. Bit quite sad, really. But yeah, she had one of these things. So I used to complain that I couldn't see stuff. So Gary bought me one, not the same as hers. It was just a magnifying glass with a light on it. And I opened it, and he giggled, and I looked at him and I went, I'm not that old. He always says, you know, you're older than me. I'm 4 years older than Gary. But it's 3 at a certain point, because my birthday's February and his is December. So, you know, it's not far. I haven't got long to wait till it's 4. So really, we're 4 years. I'm 4 years older than Gary. Can you believe that? Of course, you know. I would say I needed a younger man. I could, you know, I wear them out. But that implies all sorts of things that I didn't really mean at all. You love pens? Me too. I do love pens. I've got loads. I've got like these ones. I love these pens. These are the ones that, you know, like, what they like, one of them. They're not rollerballs exactly, are they? But they're just so swishy. I've got a hangnail. They're very, very swishy, and I'm going to try and pick it off, but I don't think I'm going to have much success. It's a bite it off job. Oh, I don't know. I think I might have done it. No, it's still there. How annoying is that? Ah, that's going to hurt as well. Hang on, go do it. Gone. In the bin. Sorry. How uncouth. Sorry about that. But it was like a spike. It was gigantic, like a spike. Couldn't put up with that. Okay, Suzanne, thanks for coming. Hi, Vicky from Ohio. Good to see you. And Aero Lover, hi. Welcome. Don't forget the thumbs, guys. So I'm really, really quite impressed with this. I don't know if you'll be able to see the writing. I mean, it is a bit on the small side, but that smells amazing. Look at that. I couldn't even see that with glasses. That's just ridiculous. But boy, that is beautiful. Really nice. I was shocked. Did not expect it to be that good. So obviously it's a little sample pack that they let you have for free. You just pay the postage for it in the hopes that you'll order from them. Well, it's really nice. I can't believe it. Can you tell I'm shocked? Because usually these fragrances are not that. That's like a high-end perfume. That really is. It's lovely. You thumbed. Well done. Well done. So yeah, what have you all been up to then? Okay, J Blue-Eyed Lady. I know that another person is going to be going live soon, so I did wonder if I would lose some anyway, because you know, I thought, oh, I'm a bit of an hour before her, so that's fine. But it took me ages to get going because they change everything, you know, YouTube. They kind of like just make changes without rolling them out and telling anyone about it. So, and one of the changes that they did, and it for the longest time I could not suss it out, was that everything wanted to be vertical from now on, like live streaming was vertical. And when I found out how to change it, I did a video on it and put it over on Rocksteady, and so many people say, oh my God, you know, thank you for doing this video, because they just do it. They just do it, and they don't tell you these things of what you have to do to get it put right. So yeah, it took me a while to set it up, because the first time I set it up, it wanted to be the 5th of May. And I looked, I thought, where's my live stream? Because you set it up on the phone, then I go on the computer, make sure it's all okay, and put the thumbnail on. And I thought, why is it not showing? You know, it's there, it's not showing. And when I looked, it had hooked up to the 30th of May. So I obviously started one, or was going to do one on the 30th of May, which I never carried on with. And it thought that it was just me putting that one on. So I deleted that, and then I went back and did it all over again. And here else, it took time. Because, you know, as if I'm going to be doing one, was it like scheduled for later, but on the 30th of May? That's a little far, isn't it? It's only 4 years, just for that little bit. Just for that little bit. It counts. I was saying, I'm 3 years. And he goes, Hi, Connie. The fragrance name said sandalwood and tonka. Tonka is a bean. Tonka. Tonka bean. I don't know what tonka bean smells like, but I've heard of it. Sandalwood's lovely anyway. But that's gorgeous. Well done. Did you have like a magnification thing, or just better eyesight than me probably? But yeah, tonka is a bean. I know that. I've heard of tonka bean. But that seriously smells like any really good perfume I've ever had. Whoa. It's definitely very, very fresh. It's really nice. I like my perfumes, I must admit. I've got a little shelving unit that Gary used to have trinket boxes on. And then he bought cabinets for them, and these then he put Funko Pops on them because they're small. And then he got a new one for Funko Pops. So in the end he said, oh, if you want that, you can have it. So we painted it white, so it went with everything. And I put all my perfumes on it, and it's perfect for that. But they're full up. I haven't got another space. So I think I'm going to have to start using it up, which is a bit awkward because, you know, you don't want to wear Chanel No. 5 to go shopping. But unless I use some of my perfumes, I don't get it anymore. You know, simples. But no, I won't use, you know, it's a bit of a... I've got lower ones, lower down the perfume chain, like Angel. I like that one. That's quite a reasonable price. And I've got quite a few like that, Jimmy Choo, Flash, and they're nice. But my perfume that I really love is the my favourite one of all time is, I think was it Yves Saint Laurent, Black Opium. It's Black Opium anyway. Gosh, that's my favourite. I said, gosh, that's posh of me. Posh of me, that. Oh, hello. Got an advert popped in. I can't get out of, can't find my shirt. There it is. Hi Diane, welcome. Your order's on its way, by the way, Diane. And Sheila Thompson, hello, welcome. You're happily crocheting while I chat away and glancing at the comments. That's cool. You used to use Chanel number 5. I've got all the Chanels. I've got Gary. You kind of used to buy me the odd one and then buy me another one. So I've got. I don't like 19. I've got 5. It's come up again. It's that little cross thingy. Tonka. The pleasant natural aroma of tonka bean, mix of sweet, spicy, nutty, herbaceous and woody. Its scent is complex and sweet like vanilla, with enticing notes of spices and tobacco. I'd agree with that. That's what it smells like. It's really, really nice. Gonna sit outside until it comes. He's took it anyway. He took it today. Bless you. See, I've been super busy packing them all. Super busy. It also had rosemary and eucalyptus. I paused the video and then enlarged it. It's beautiful. I don't know how much this grum is. Grum. This is how it. Where is it? Grum. It's very lovely. Thank you, Martin Lewis. I have a little scour every now and then of his newsletter. Look at the beauty things I can get for next to nothing, you know, and I thought free, might be rubbish, but let's see. And I know Gary will like this soap. I do think it should have fitted the box, mind you, but you know, it's free, what can you say? Doesn't smell the same though, because it smells like it's got chocolate in it. It doesn't. It has, what did I say, orange and grapefruit. It smells like, if you can imagine, if you had an orange chocolate, that's what that smells like. It does really smell like chocolate. I won't eat it just to see. That would be silly. That would be silly. It does sound yummy. It was it's very, very nice. Number 5 is your absolute favourite. When it's not warranted to wear it out, you use Victor and Rolf. I've not had that one. I've not smelt that, but my other favourite is the one I got for Christmas, and I have no idea what it is. I looked at it the other day when I was out shopping, and I thought, oh, I'll have to remember that, and straight away forgot it. So I have no idea what it is. But we were shopping, and they sprayed us with, I don't know if I'm going to say it wrong, Linterdit. Oh, the Rouge Linterdit, honestly, that was something else. But it was £100 a bottle. You know, so we said, oh, we'll put it on our Christmas list, and walked away. But it was very, very nice. So that will be a definite one for the future, I think. But I like Dior Hypnotic. All those they're kind of heady smells. Do you know what I mean? They're those. I think they must have some hint of patchouli in them somehow, because they all have that kind of heady smell. But I do like those. You love orange chocolate, so does Gary actually. 45 years ago, got my husband with Baby Soft. I think you need to explain. You need to explain that one. Oh, talk about memories. Baby Soft. I think maybe that's not an English thing. Maybe we don't have that. Our old perfumes that everybody used to spray on were Charlie, and I had one I loved called Smitty. Come in a bottle of like a gallon. It was gigantic sprayer, and I used to use that all the time. Smitty. And Charlie was everywhere, but for men it was always like Brute. No, Brute, the great smell of Brute. Brute and High Karate, who remembers that? Oh my god. And Old Spice, and yeah, you don't get them so much anymore. But I did smell I've got Gary a sample, but I keep forgetting to give it to him. But he does love a bit of aftershave. He likes Sauvage, you know, the Johnny Depp one, and Boss Bottled, because, you know, I think maybe he thinks that Chris Hemsworth will rub off on him or something. If only, because I love the way he says Boss Bottled. It's his accent. It's amazing. Used to use Baby Soft as a young teen. Smitty and Charlie, yeah, they were the English versions. Must have been similar. Um, Exclamation and Baby Soft. They probably were the same things, you know, but under different names. Old Scent, when we were in college, used Charlie occasionally. Old Choky Oil and Musk. But I kind of guess, I know what you mean. I've heard the name. But yeah, my mum, she always used to like one called Panache. That was a cheapo. And when I used to hate it, I really hated Panache. And I used to say, Mum, it should just be called Gas Leak because it doesn't smell very nice. But there was this woman that I used to work with, and she used to be a very, very, very mega heavy smoker. So and she used to go out for a cigarette, but probably smoke about 10, you know, at the same time, and come in, and she would be really, really, really pungent. And because she smoked so heavily, she used to practically shower in Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds. And if that was a pleasant smell, after you've smelled this Nikki, it wasn't. And her name was Nikki Spree. We used to call her Nikki Spray because she was always spraying it. Now, where I worked, we were upstairs. It was a massive old hospital, but it was really just a very long building and 2 stories. And there's lots and lots of rooms between the front downstairs and the back top deck, which was where we were. But you used to smell her as soon as she came through the first door. That waft would just come straight up, and we would be sort of on a night shift and suddenly go, Nikki's in. And she, you know, you look and you'd see her just coming down the corridor downstairs. You think, oh my God, it's really that strong. But because it was so bad, they had to talk to her a few times and try and get her to stop it, because people refused to sit next to her. Because if you can imagine, if she came through the front door and it was downstairs and the other side of the building and you could smell her, can you imagine what it was like sitting next to her? And some of the girls used to get headaches and just feel sick, and they had to speak to her, but she just wouldn't stop. Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds was a nice smell. I had bought some for my mother, and then after a while I was like, please don't use that anymore. I just can't take any more of that stuff. You know, it's just too much. Gas leak. Yeah. Panache. Gas leak. It wasn't very nice. Oh, de Hemsworth. More like, oh, de Hemsworth, more like. Or Brad Pitt, you know. He's eye candy. Used to like White Diamonds. Yeah, I think very sweet though. Jason Momoa. Oh, did you see that joke? That this is Jason, this is Momoa, and it was a picture of his lawnmower. This is brilliant. This is Jason, this is Momoa. You had a co-worker that used perfume that smelled like cigars. Always knew when she was near. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that would be nasty. I mean, yeah. Maybe she smoked cigars and she was using it to cover it. Bit weird. I know they put nicotine in things, don't they? And the most strangest things are actually in perfumes to give them the notes, they call it, don't they? There's highs and lows and mid notes and all that sort of thing. And there's some quite amazing stinks they put in to actual perfume. But the overall smell is usually lovely, but occasionally they get it wrong. Now there was one, and I used to hate it. And every time anybody came near me when they were wearing it, it used to give me an asthma attack. And I think it was called Lulu. And I used to think, oh, it's really, really detest it. And if I'd walk into a, you know, like a shop or something, and I could straight away, oh God, someone's got that Lulu on. I'm sure it was Lulu, but I hated that. That was disgusting to me. You love the smell of pipe though. Nicotine in perfume, really gross. But it doesn't smell like when you smoke it. It's a plant, isn't it? Like anything else. And there's a flowered version, so maybe that's what it is. Nicotiana, I think it's called. But yeah, you'll be surprised the ingredients that they put in our perfumes. This is very nice. It should last ages, actually. So it's like just a old-fashioned kind of roll-on. But that, I'm going to keep that in my bag. And then if, you know, when you're out and your perfume's wore off, it's just like a little, go a long way with that, I tell you, because I only put it on my wrist. It really does chuck up, sort of thing. Midnight in Paris, or White Shoulders for special occasions. I don't know that one. I don't know White Shoulders. Well, everybody was into white musk. Do you remember when the Body Shop first came up in the UK? It was like white musk everywhere. Everybody had to have it. And it was the school playground stink, really, wasn't it? It was the only affordable perfume that young people, because in Body Shop, it's like, oh, white musk. And everybody was the same. Like, all the boys smelt the same, all the girls smelt the same. Hello, Sylvia. Woo! Just seen the notification. I've just been showing my freebies. Martin Lewis had this thing on his website by Grum, and all you had to pay for was the postage. And you get this little bar of soap that smells like chocolate orange, although it is orange and grapefruit. And you get this sunscreen, which is an SPF 50 for the face. And then this little perfume roll-on, which is absolutely beautiful. It really is, and it was free. So I don't know if it's still there, guys, from the UK, but check it out. It might still be on there, and you could still get it. They make nicotine sound pretty, but it's not good for anyone. I smoke vape, so you're guilty of quit smoking cigarettes over 20 years ago. Kids were smoking vapes. Started. A lot of kids have started with vaping, and I know my my son's other half's son, so stepson, I guess you could say. He's been vaping, and she's been trying her best to get him to stop it, but of course it's in the news all the time now, isn't it, about kids who never smoked just starting vaping, and nobody knows the problems that's going to come from it. But I always thought as soon as it was out, it's going to be bad, because you're not meant to breathe oil, steam, and whatever's in them. You're not meant to breathe them in like that, so it's not going to be good for you. But then neither is smoking, is it? I've never done either. The rollers my mum kept in the fridge. Oh, she loved cooking down so much you could smell her a mile away. Find some whale snot and you'll be rich. Ambergris. Ambergris. Is that what it is? Whale snot. Nice. You quit with the patches. You can do it again when you decide. So Mike, first of all, used to quit smoking with patches, but he does it with vapes these days. But trouble with Michael, he always misses smoking in the sunshine, you know. And you know, the one good thing about Britain is we don't get much, so we don't smoke too often, which isn't a good thing. Hi, Maritza. Hola. Had to have a heart attack to stop smoking. Very thick-headed. Well, you know, it's not until we get a bit of a shocker, is it, that we kind of take things more seriously. You know, I got cancer, but there was nothing I could give up. It wasn't caused by anything I did. I was just unlucky. But they call it the smoker drinker's cancer, although I wasn't a smoker. My surgeon, he said to me, do you drink? And I said, well, I do, but not much. And he said, well, some people's idea of not much is someone else's idea of a lot. So what do you drink? So I told him, and he went, no, you don't drink much. You were just unlucky. So I figured that if drinking can cause it, I'm never going to invite it back into my life. So I don't drink anything anymore. Not that I drank much. And he said, I'm not telling you that, because I said to him, should I not drink ever again? And he said, I'm not going to tell you that a glass of Baileys is going to kill you, but that is your personal choice, you know. So I've not done it. and I won't drink. Gary hates it because he lost his drinking buddy, because we used to just occasionally have a few drinks together and listen to music or something. But I said to him, you know, I'm silly enough on this stuff. I don't need anything other than that, because you know I'm quite loony anyway. But yeah, I don't drink at all because of that. It's just I'm not taking the chance, basically. Don't want that back. You know, if it comes back, it's not through anything I've done, put it that way. What, the cancer was on my tongue. And I was quite lucky that it got caught at all, because it was during lockdown and dentists were closed. And they're the ones who usually pick it up. But I had a sore on the side of my tongue, which grated on one of my sharp teeth. Cause I don't know, I've got a sharp tooth. I can't really have anything done about it. They've filed it as much as they can. It's the back of it. So, and it was catching it all the time. And so I had a sore throat that wouldn't go away, and I'd Googled it. And I was adamant. I was adamant I had cancer. But, you know, people don't believe it anyway. But I kind of got in touch with the doctor. And at the time, the sore throat had developed tonsil stones. So I had to take pictures of those and send it to the surgery. And it was a locum. And she said, I'm going to refer you to the ENTs up at the hospital. So I got the appointment through, but I didn't go to the ENTs. I went to head and neck. And they wanted to check out the lumps. And they said, no, they're not cancer. They're just tonsil stones. We'll send you to ENTs. But by that time, I mean, my tongue wasn't quite as bad at that point. So I went away, and then it started to get sorer and sorer, and it was grating on these teeth. So I messaged them, and they asked me to send them photos. And I did, and they did nothing about it. Then I went to the ENTs, and I showed him it. And he said, I'm sending you back to head and neck. So I said, well, I did send them photos, but they didn't action them. So anyway, they looked at it and they said, no, that's a benign lesion, but we will biopsy it anyway, just to make sure. But, you know, it's just a benign lesion. They even wrote to my doctor saying that. And, of course, the biopsy come back that it wasn't a benign lesion at all. It was cancer. And he said, don't worry, within 2 weeks, this is all going to be over. You'll be in recovery. But, you know, nothing really prepared me for the way that I was going to look after that surgery. I went in with my hair all nicely straightened, and I was a little bit thinner then, and I looked a certain way. I won't like to say gorgeous, but I was the best that I can look. And I came out like quasi bleeding Modo. Seriously, I had this gigantic swelling under my neck that went from behind here, and then I had these bright red lumps. I had drains coming out, and oh, it was awful. And I kind of zip. Well, it looked like a zip because it was staples all the way around from behind my ear all the way across here. And I looked in the mirror and I just took a selfie. Oh, well, I didn't actually take the selfie, I looked. And then about a few days later, I took a selfie. But I looked and I just thought, oh my God, you know. Well, and then of course I couldn't talk properly. And I made myself talk properly. My mum used a patch to quit. Hello there. Is it Boucher? Excuse me, I've got a bit of a... You would smoke like a chimney. My mother did. My mum and dad were both heavy smokers, but my mum was worse. She was really a chain smoker. And her nephew, he's my cousin actually, although he was a lot older, he was actually my mum's age. He was actually a chain smoker. He put one out. He'd even light one with the one he was putting out. He was that bad. Do you feel better for it? Yeah. Music, drink and sex seem to go hand in hand. They do indeed. You have to have cleaning to do. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't. Stay, put your feet up. Bye, Karen. Thank God they did biopsy. Yeah, they always do. They're very thorough. It's like Jane Nakeff. She was there for me during my cancer. She's one of my subscribers, and she'd got, you know, she was diagnosed with cancer before. So, and when I was, she was really supportive and everything else. And a little while later, she sent me a TikTok of a young girl who'd been diagnosed with the same. Now, my little sore, because it was catching on my teeth, thank goodness it was, it got noticed before it was anything. It was a T1, the smallest it could be. I still had 7 millimeters cut off the whole length of my tongue because they're very thorough in this country. And I went to East Grinstead, and they're a very good hospital. And so they cut 7 millimeters off of the whole, like 7 millimeter wide strip, all the way down to the back of my throat. And down here as well, there was a lot, because obviously they took 49 lymph nodes from behind my ear all the way around. So in my face, in my neck. That's why it was so bad. So it's so swollen. And the operation was like 8 hours long, or 9 hours, something like that. Instantaneous for me. I woke up a princess, and I woke up a frog, you know, literally like a bullfrog, to be honest with you. But it didn't seem like any time had gone by for me. But you know, that was a mega operation. So this girl, anyway, her name was Rachel. Sadly, it killed her. And she was in her 20s or early 30s. She had a young baby. She had a young family. And when she showed hers, it was massive under there, and coming up round, bigger than a walnut, or it was like a walnut in its shell. And you know, it was huge. She should have gone and got seen when it was small. But anyway, they didn't. They took something like 12 lymph nodes, and they took half her tongue. And I thought, to be honest with you, they didn't take enough. If I had 7 millimeters with a tiny little thing, she had like maybe a third of hers, and that wasn't enough. I had clear margins in all the tissue they took off. Every lymph node was clear, and they found cancer in some of hers, and they only took about 12. Well, of course, it went around her body, and you know, but I was very lucky that mine was a T1, very small. It was a horrible operation. I did used to feel sorry for myself, why me, and all that, because it's only natural. But at the end of the day, I'm here, and I do have a little bit of a speech impediment that annoys the hell out of me, but other people can't really hear it. I do. It bugs me when I do it, and I've got like, I get like this little bit of moisture that creeps out, and I hate that as well when I talk sometimes. It's all right unless I talk fast. That's when it kind of happens. Or if I try and talk loudly and quickly, that's even worse. But I did more than the exercises they asked me to do, because I was determined that I was going to be able to talk, do my tutorials and do all this, and it wasn't going to affect me. So I developed my own ways of exercising, and I'll tell you what it was. Let me just catch up on the chat. Oh, I couldn't eat afterwards. Couldn't. Was it in the lymph nodes, or was it? They took 49 from precaution, but it wasn't any cancer in any of them. But yeah, the way I recovered, right, the thing that I did was I sang. Because if speaking is difficult, singing's impossible. So if you can sing, speaking is easy. That was my philosophy. So, and if you sing along to music, which was awful, it was like Daffy Duck trying to sing, you know, it was awful. But the more you sing, the better you become at forming the words at speed. And yeah, that really helped me. So I sang. I didn't just do that. I did the exercises, and I found more exercises for my tongue as well. So, but yeah, the thing that I did the most to actually recover was sing, and put music on and sing, and just that I kept on singing, and that helps. So yeah, when I came round after, they choked me, which wasn't very clever. They squirted Oromorph in my mouth, and I choked. Literally, I took it into my lungs, and also it bubbled up ridiculously, and I had to try and get rid of it. And because of that, I had a bit of a lung problem afterwards, and they thought they'd given me pneumonia, but they hadn't. But my bottom of my lung was collapsing, and it's awful. I had a horrible time in there. But it's because I'm just like that, you know. Whatever operation or anything I'd have to have, I'd always get to the edge of oblivion before I come back. That's just the way. I had ginger hair and, you know, freckles, and that's me, you know. It kind of got to be difficult, you know. It's the way it is. So, but I couldn't swallow. I couldn't swallow water. And I had a tube down, so I had a swollen throat because I had a sore throat beforehand anyway. They'd choked me, and I also had a nasogastric tube. So all that meant I couldn't properly swallow. And when they brought the food round, I had an open wound in my mouth as well, because my surgeon is extremely clever, though, like a mega clever person. And if this was my tongue and they'd cut this bit off, he decided that what they do is they sew this part up and they sew this part up and they leave that bit as an open wound, and it encourages it to get this shape like a tongue. But it was an open wound, so I had to do wound care and everything else, and I've got food I didn't want to put in the mix. Anyway, I'd bring the food round and it'd be like, oh look, pie. What's I supposed to do with that? You know, and so there'd be mashed potato. And I think, right, I'll cover that in gravy, make it even sloppier, and try and eat that. And, you know, then occasionally you get ice cream, I could eat that. But most of the time, what they brought round, it was like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know, and I'd be mashing it up and trying. And they gave me severe diarrhoea while I was in there. And they thought they gave me C. diff. Oh, started barrier nursing me, and I had to be isolated. But it turned out that it was because they were lacing everything with a lot of dairy and a lot of gluten to try and up my calorie intake, because they reckon that you've got to have quite a lot of calories when you're recovering from major surgery. So when I discovered what they were doing, I just said, no, I can't eat that. So once they started making me have a proper diet, it was a lot better. But they wanted more and more calories in there, so they used to use that tube to squeeze in Eshore drinks and shakes that I couldn't swallow, and they were just pumping it in that way. That's the only way they were getting it in there. So I was quite scared to have the tube out, because I thought I wouldn't be able to eat. And there's this one nurse. They were all lovely, but there was this one. And knowing that I couldn't eat, and I'm a tea bag. I will drink tea till the cows come home, but I couldn't really drink it. I couldn't keep water. Well, I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't keep it down. I couldn't get it down. So I didn't want tea. And she said, "Would you like a biscuit?" And I like looked at her. I can't eat that. I can't chew it. I can't eat that. So she'd go, "Oh, well, just let me know if you want a biscuit." Off she go. A little while later she come in. "Do you want me to make you some toast?" Like, I can't eat potato. Can't eat mashed potato. No, it's fine. I don't think I'll be able to eat that. You know, go away. Silly woman. But yeah, Gary started bringing me in some food, mousses and stuff like that. So I was able to eat. When I came home, I used to whiz everything up in the Ninja. And I would have, even porridge I couldn't eat with the lumps in, like even the flakes. So he would whiz it all up until it was paste. And that was lovely. It was just, that I kind of lived on that and soup with mashed potato, and that was all right. Got me through it. And then one day I said, you know what, I'm going to try and eat some lumps today, and I've never looked back. Now I eat way too many lumps. Way too much of everything. Well, it is a smoker drinker's cancer, Diane, but there are 3 types of people that get it: smokers, drinkers, unlucky people. And I was the unlucky one, because I didn't really do, I did drink, you know, but I didn't, it's not like I was an alcoholic or anything like that. I wasn't a very big drinker. It was a bit stupid putting that in me, and it turns out that, I don't know if it was I've got a bit of an intolerance to it, but as soon as they gave me Oromorph, it bubbled up like napalm. I couldn't get rid of it. It was just so much of it. I was scared all the time, but as soon as I had anything to eat, I used to get like, you'd get this stick with a little sponge on it, and you would dip it in, kind of like the stuff you gargle with, but you kind of clean it. I was paranoid. I was always cleaning it. I was cleaning every day. Well, every about 5 or 6 times a day. It was just always in there, and it was quite nice to put it on the side of it and just leave it there and let it kind of. So the one thing I didn't have was any problems in there, but I did elsewhere, you know. But I just didn't think I was ever going to get out of there. Every single night I had a raging temperature. It just shot up. I just didn't think I was ever going to get home. It was awful. Most people come out within 2 days. Even with that surgery, they send people home, but they didn't send me home. Couldn't get out of there. Hi Lulu, welcome. I just, yeah, everyone I think is doing well today. It was a long old slog, my recovery, I must admit, but I did get back on as soon as I felt I was able to. But I did have a scarf at first because it was bright red, my scar, and you know. But yeah, I was quite glad to try and get back to normal and some kind of normal life. So how many have we got still in? Lurking? Okay. I don't know how long I'll be on. I just thought today I was a bit stuck with ideas of what to do. I did all those swatches yesterday, and it was quite a long, it was a lot of crocheting involved in doing those. And I didn't have any magazines or books to do. And I just thought, oh, because I was going to do this hat, but I haven't got enough yarn to finish this hat. So I don't know if it's, I tried it on and it's not too big. I just don't think there's going to be enough to finish it. So I might do, I love that yarn, it's beautiful. I love this cotton. It is just, I did look it up to see if I could get another ball. But they wanted 20 odd pound for a ball. And I don't even know how much the postage would be. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna find some other yarn to do it with. That's just crazy, but it is lovely. And I do have some blue somewhere. So if I find the blue, maybe I'll do a blue bucket hat. I haven't done any bucket hats. I've made them, and I did some last year, but I never got around to doing the tutorial. So I thought, you know, I might as well do the bucket hat. Another thing I want to do this year, I want to get kind of in, I want to do some Boggy Creek blankets, because I didn't really know what it was all about last year. I'd heard it, I kept hearing it, but I didn't kind of know what it was about. But She's Got Yarn sent me a lovely email explaining it all. I asked her to, by the way. And so yeah, I want to make a couple of Boggy Creek blankets and send them off. I thought that'd be quite cool. And then I can do the tutorials for the blankets and also kind of mention it. I know it's an American thing, but well, we don't really have summer camps. They'd only be rained on if we did have to make waterproof blankets for the UK summer camp. Lurking while you're watering your plants. And your father had lymph node cancer. Oh my God. So yeah, unfortunately the young girl though, we kind of followed. It was after me. I was kind of recovered, but we followed it because she was going for a similar journey but worse. But yeah, I just don't feel, see, she was in the US. I just don't feel they took enough. They didn't respect that cancer enough, you know, because or fit the barest minimum. That it should have been a larger, you know, even if talking was virtually impossible afterwards, better to be alive, you know. I wouldn't have felt very happy if it were me, I know, but she isn't alive now. So that's the thing, you know. And all those lymph nodes, I got 49 taken away, and she had a handful. It's just it didn't sit right with me, knowing what I knew about mine. And at the time I went, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. But it wasn't, sadly. But hopefully never come back. It'll be 3 years for me next month. I'll be into my 4th year. And it's only a 5-year plan. So at the moment I still go and get checkups and stuff like that. Every 3-4 months. Well, 2 to 3 months, something like that. Usually late, I know that. You just saw my willow square blanket. Oh, what my, yeah, I kind of thought, you know, what I might do was I don't have many of my blankets. Unfortunately, I tend to make them for someone and give them away. But I have a few, and some wraps and stuff like that. So I thought what I might do is do a short and show it and say, if you want to make this, the link is at the bottom of the video. But they're all the right hand ones. You can't say there's a link, 2 links at the bottom of the video. There's only one. So that's what I've been doing. And I did 5s first off, because that's the only blankets I could find. I do have some more in the car. So yeah, I could find those and maybe do a few more. But that was a little idea I had, just to spark some interest in my previous tutorials that I've done. Because, you know, you do every now and then when you're scrolling, you might see somebody and you look and it said they filmed that 3 years ago. But you don't get that very often. You don't see. It's very kind of the moment, YouTube. So there's a massive amount of tutorials that we all do that they kind of pop up very rarely, but they don't really pop up much. So I figured for those ones that I do have the goods for still, I could show them on a short and just say, if you want to make this willow square blanket, here's the link. But I've done them recently. I've done a new willow square. I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Couldn't pause it or anything because I'm alive. Thankfully, it was a quieter one. I normally have earth-shattering sneezes that, you know, register something crazy on the... I have another one's coming, I'm not sure. It might be this perfume, but I don't know. Yesterday, I woke up and I had about 15 sneezes. And then I was really kind of bunged up. I thought, I hope I haven't got a cold. I mean, you know, recently had COVID. That's enough for another couple of years. I don't want any more illnesses. It told me I had AIDS. Oh my God. Oh, so that must be awful. Cancer's horrible. I hate it. I really do. You know, it's just when they say the statistics 1 in 2, that is mental, isn't it? That is mental. And then they were everyone was kind of shocked when Princess Kate got it and then the King got it. And you think, well, it's 1 in 2. That's a whole family. It stands to reason that, I mean, Princess Margaret had it. So, you know, they're not going to be immune to the modern day kind of odds any more than the rest of us. But some are curable, some are treatable. I'm just glad I got one that was treatable and curable, maybe. But for 5 years, they'll prod me and poke me and make me do sort of show the tongue in all different directions, this way and that. And he always feels around all my shoulders and neck and everything else. I've got this funny lump here. It's sort of when I'm ill, I've got these, I think they're glands, and they do kind of bulge out. They've often felt them and said, no, they're nothing. And I think, well, it's just, I don't know anyone else who's got them. But I've got one each side, so it's even, you know, it's even, and they've felt them, so hopefully, all right. Mixed up records. That's not good. Yeah, Well, touch wood, still okay. I've had a few worries every now and then because every time you get a sore or a little infection here or something, you're going to worry. You're going to think, oh no, I'm back in that again. But luckily, it's always turned out to be a false alarm. And I don't know about you, but when I get something that I'm really, really worried about and I get convinced it's something bad. And then you finally get to see the doctor and the next day it's practically gone. It's almost like your body, it's like, oh, I just falling you. Now you know it's nothing. I'm gonna dump it. And it's just ridiculous, you know. It makes you worry and worry and worry, and you go, and then all of a sudden, no, it's nothing, and you say, oh, it's all gone now, and I feel full. Hi, Tracy, welcome. Yeah, it's sadly it is true. You know, they are mostly it's human error, isn't it? And you know, I almost made a boo boo the other day. And then it wasn't until I read it again and I thought, ah, right, undo that, you know, and I had to do it all over again. But and I never make mistakes. Um, so it really annoys me when I do. And, you know, nobody's life's at risk for me. But it used to be when I worked for the ambulance service, you used to have to be very, very thorough. But what annoys me about the NHS and the medical profession is I worked for the ambulance service for 13 years and it was extremely full on and stressful. And then if I had to go anywhere, they'd say, oh, you know, you need to go to the gynae clinic. And you'd sit there and wait all day and no one's in any hurry at all. You'd get clumps of nurses all standing around having a nice little chat when she goes to get the records, and then she'll disappear again. And no one's in any hurry. And then my nurses come in and they grab some more records. They stand around having a nice little chat. And you think, if you just did your job at a good speed, maybe the waiting list wouldn't be as bad as they are. And I hate that. Whatever department I have to visit, it's like that, you know. It's just ploddy, 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 ploddy. And we could never be ploddy, you know. We had to get ambulances out. It was like, come on, we got to be now. But, you know, no other department, just A&E, you know. Anything to do with A&E gets immediate response. But everything else, it's just like, in your own sweet time. Don't worry, the waiting lists are stupid. And we could get them down if we worked a little bit faster, a little bit more, you know. If I was in charge, it'd be different. Got to run. Okay, Wendy, thanks for coming. But there is no urgency, is there? No wonder we've got such waiting lists. It's just crazy. I'm in a moany mood. Moany. But we got a new Prime Minister now, guys. What do you think about that? When I woke up, I thought the heavens are crying. It was pouring with rain. I thought, is that a bad omen? Do they know something we don't? But, you know, I must admit, you know, I can understand the country wanting a new sweep clean and have new, but at the same time it worries me. It really does. It worries me what they're going to do to our finances. That's what worries me. But you know, time will tell. Thank you, Era Lover. So yeah, what are you all making? I've got loads on the go. I've been trying to sort this out. I wanted to make something like this, like a circle, and then have it into a square. Now, I wanted a ridge. Can you see there is a ridge there? So I did it out of this yarn. Excuse me, I don't know why I've got such a frog. It was only since I sneezed. So I made some circles. Whoopsie, drop that one. We'll try this one then. I made these, thrown them all over the place. And then when I did my little ridge, as I did it on this one, it really didn't work out. But after the ridge, I want to turn it into a square. and it doesn't really work for me. I did this one. This is the best one so far. And strangely, it was the first one that I did. It's like a sunburst, but if I think if the yarn had not been so dark, it would have been easier to see. Or if maybe somehow this ridge was a different colour. I don't know. It's hard to work out, that's for sure. You think it's simple to look at that, but sometimes the hardest things are the easiest to work out, and the simplest things are not. And that one is proven to be not. So I'm going to try and finish this bucket hat. I will try. It's actually, I can't put it on because it's got a ponytail, but I think it's not much about to here kind of thing. So very soon I will be doing the brim. So you never know. It might be big enough. Not sure. Beautiful yarn. Really soft. Soft. But maybe it's making it very floppy. The softer the yarn, the more floppy it is. Don't know. I have got other cottons, but they're all DK. Apart from the Savannah, Starcraft Savannah, which is again softer than that. It's so soft. And I want it a little bit firmer to actually make it into a hat that's got some substance. Working on stuff and things to enter into your craft fair. Today is an unicorn Christmas stocking. You got 5 blankets done for it. Wow. So do you do those very often? Is it, you've done it before? Do you have a lot of success selling? Because, Jen Carruthers, she does a lot of craft fairs, and she'd always say, didn't sell anything, and it's the area that I live, and, they just want, they won't pay the money, this, that, and the other. So, but I know a lot of people do them. And about 2 months ago, there was one just up the road from me, and I thought, shall I do it? So I phoned them, and I said, well, to be honest with you, it'd probably be more yarn that I'd bring. And they said, yeah, that's great, because we all sell our stash. And I thought, if they sell their stash and they make stuff, they're probably just not charging what you do for yarn. You know what I mean? If you're selling bits of your stash, you're probably practically giving it away. So it might not work well for me. So, and then I totally forgot about it. I was going to pop along and look and see how, get involved maybe next time. Totally forgot it was on, and I didn't go. But I know the girl across the road, she makes some really nice stuff. She makes things like mugs with stuff printed on them and things like that. So, and she said that she's having one. She put it on Facebook. So I thought, well, that sounds to me as if it's the same people in the same place. So I might go along and see what it's about, if I can remember. Because I am, I've got memory like a sieve. And we also have like the other end of the island, there is a knitting circle, knitting and crochet. When I popped into this community centre and I picked up a leaflet of all their stuff, and on a Thursday they do that, and I thought I should pop along, and see what it's all about. And I still haven't done that either. I just can't remember to do these things. But the trouble is, I'm too busy. I couldn't have done it yesterday. I was just so busy. Wiring the brim, I don't know. It's just so floppy that if I put anything in the outer bit, it would just force it down. I think it would be fine if it was thicker yarn. I think. Working on your stock for your fall winter craft shows. Trying to do diamond painting. Still poorly and no energy. Crochet every day normally. I've got some diamond paintings in my shop and a few cross stitch, although I did sell most of them. Never bought any since. I still get yarn from the place where they sell those, but they never really took off for me. I called it Hobby Rocks, so that way I could incorporate other hobbies, but they were very rare that I sold any of those. Probably because I don't belong to any groups like that, so people know me mainly for yarn and crocheting and stuff. Starting a Christmas tree. Never made one before, but saw one the other day and that really stood out. Now, I've heard so many people starting to make Christmas projects now. And I think you hit July and you hit Christmas in July and you start thinking maybe about Christmas. Someone actually followed my Christmas hat tutorial the other day and put a comment on it. I mean, obviously other people probably follow it and don't comment, so you don't see that. But I think people are starting to think of Christmas and Christmas stuff now. You did very well last year. That's good. Not selling. It is the fair. Just get awards. Oh, I see. And small checks if you win. Oh, that's nice. And you're also meant to be working on stock. Do you do the fairs as well then, Sylvia? You set alarms for certain days. That's a good idea. I never really use my phone calendar. I should do. I actually got this thing. Wait there. I'm coming back. Here it is. Got this. Oh, hang on. It's got a few ads attached to it. There's a planner. And I did get one. It's here somewhere. That is write on and wipe off. So it's just like a whole week and you can write on it and wipe off. But these ones, obviously, you can just rip them off when you're done. So I thought maybe I should start writing on here so that I could do like Monday, whatever, Tuesday tutorial for whatever, you know, and write them in and try and plan. I'm not a planner. I'm terrible. I'm a seat of the pants and wing it kind of person, always have been. Spontaneous. But when I bought Sophia her pen, I got this from it. It was only £2. And it just, you can open it up like this. So it sits on your countertop. You know, you've got a bottom. And I could put it there and it could taunt me with all the things that I know I should be doing. But yeah, the other one, the wipe on, wipe off one, don't even know where that is. I seem to have mislaid it. Hi Fuzzy Butt. I love that name. Fuzzy Butt Crochet. Had loads of fun watching other channels opening yarns that they got from my shop online. I've wanted to order some goodies for a long time. And I just have to have patience in knowing that you will. There's been lots of unboxings lately, isn't there? And I've got a feeling the one that I'm posting out tomorrow might be a channel. Because it's so big. So I think she's ordered a couple of organza bags. Rather than the mystery boxes, she ordered the organza bags. And also quite a lot of yarn. So I've got a feeling that might be an unboxing to come. We'll have to wait and see on that one. What's that? Lurking in the bushes. I like that. It will taunt me. It does. It's just like, you know, you were going to do all this. You were going to be all... you were going to be really, really, really on the ball. And no. I've I bought these things. Hang on. I'll find it. I think this might be one. Yep, here we go. This was my first attempt. My first attempt to be schedule and to do stuff. And you write it in. It's a book. So you get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And notes. So yeah, you can write it all in. As you can see, all empty. But that doesn't sit there and taunt me on the desk. The write on, wipe off. Who knows where that went? It's here somewhere in amongst this debris. But yeah, these ones, I bought 2 of these. I did write in one. I started doing it. It didn't even last a week. I had like a couple of things written in and then like, oh, I'll forget that one then. Maybe write a couple in there. I should probably just use the book for something else. Yeah, it's all like a great idea at the time, you know. It's a great idea. It just kind of gone. Yeah. I do love that fuzzy butt crochet. It's so cool. Finally able to attend one of Tracy's lives. You are. You are. I don't know how long I'll be on. I think I must be clashing with Krista from the Secret Yarnery now, because I did worry about that. I thought I was a whole hour before her. And I thought, well, I was supposed to be an hour. It took me a while to sort it out. But anyway, I got on and I thought I'll probably get a few in and then they'll all leave me and go over there. But you're all staying. You're so sweet to me. Wanted both the mystery box and the bag, but the merino was just yelling at you. That is gorgeous yarn. They don't sell that anymore. I wanted to get some more. And the only Jenny Watson they've got now is Baby. I was like, well, you know, you used to be a planner. Now I plan to just wake up and you're satisfied. I've never been a planner, and I think poor Gary finds that so hard, you know, because he's a planner. He is, and he'll say so much in advance as well. What we're gonna do at the weekend, and it'll be like Monday. I don't know. What's the weather going to be like for a start? Can we not sort that out nearer the time? You know, it's terrible. And then when it comes to the day, what should we do today? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? I'm just kind of like, and then I'll say, let's go to Hobbycraft. And he'll be like, what, now? Now I've got jobs to do and stuff. And I think, you haven't really got jobs to do. It's his excuse and a way of not getting him to go. But and he'll start looking at his petrol tank. You know, well, I've only got like a quarter of a tank. You know, just to get out of it. But I'm not a planner. I never have been. And when I first met the boy's dad, he wasn't either. So we could just get in the car and sometimes not even know where we're going until we start the engine and make our mind up. You know, and that was fine because we were both the same. But it doesn't like work that way with Gary. We can't get. I'm not getting in the car till I know where we're going. Poor Gary. He likes a plan, and he doesn't get a plan with me. He gets a challenge. Yeah, I'm a challenge. But yeah, terrible spur of the moment person, always have been. I'm like that with everything in life. It's like even this thing on my head. You know, I kind of. If I booked up a haircut, I could get the person I want at the time that was convenient. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I put up with it and I put up with it and put up with it, and it's I can't stand it anymore. And I walk in the salon, can you cut this? You know, and you get whoever's free. Or no one. No, we can't do it now. What do you mean you can't do it now? I can't put up with this another minute. You know, that sort of thing. That's what I'm like. So where I used to live, this hair salon, there was 2 hair salons, one opposite each other. You think there wouldn't be enough business for both, but there are, because one of them is a sit in and wait. And when that came, it was like, wow, that's my hair salon. That's the one for me. You know, it's just I need my haircut. Just go sit there, and yeah, when that person's gone, you're in the next chair. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah, that was I'll still go there now. You know, I drive all the way there. Have my hair cut in that place because I can't be bothered. Book it up. It's just what? Nah, I don't know in advance when I'm going to be sick of my head. You know, just do it. Never know what's happening until that. See, that's me. Poor Gary hates it. I know he does. You had a wipe clean one. Well, we've got one of those on the fridge. And it's like a shopping list right on wipe off. But we need a new pen. And they're on like little magnets. Gary's brother took 2 of them. Gary broke one. So we've got one left. And it's really running out of ink. So I bought another one of those that stick to the fridge that you can write on. And just rip that page off. That's better, really, in a way. Because you could just rip the page off. and take it shopping. But what I do is write the list out, and then I get to the shop and think, shh, shopping list at home. I wasn't going to swear. I was going to say shopping list, but I don't quite know why it didn't come out the first time. Shopping list. Shh. Don't plan because I have chronic migraines, and all too often plans fall through because of it. Well, that sucks. Oh, I don't plan because I'm just a flake. And I can't, no excuse, just a flake. And I never know what I'm going to fancy, you know. I never know if I'm going to be like dynamic and want to go out, or whether I like going out. Don't get me wrong. When I was shopping the other day, and that used to be me all the time. I was always shopping. If I weren't shopping in a big shopping centre like Lakeside, then I'd go Saver Centre, which is a small one, or Maidstone for the day, and have a mooch around the shops. I'll go to Westwood Cross over there in like between Broadstairs and Margate. I'd do that. But I haven't been in so long. It doesn't help that we've got so many roadworks. The roadworks at the moment are absolutely, totally ridiculous. You can't go out. It's just that bad. So there's just so many going on in a very short space that whatever way you go and however you know, when you... People took 4 hours to get home. The mainland is 7 miles away from, you know, so Sheerness to Sittingbourne, 7 miles. Laysdown to getting off the island, 7 miles. It's 7 miles long. Took 4 hours. 4 hours. When we went shopping, Gary picked Sophia up from school. It took him 3 hours to get home. That wasn't rush hour. That was school chucking out time. It's just crazy. So yeah, no one's going anywhere. No one. I think if I'm going to order stuff in and get other people to suffer the delivery, that's the way. This is the way. It certainly is at the moment. Kathy, hi, welcome. Not so much now. Now you've retired. I've never been a planner. Never been anyone that would book up an appointment. You know, I've always been the same. Always. I don't know why. But I must absolutely infuriate poor Gary, because he is a planner. If he could map out every aspect of life so he knew what he was doing at every minute of every day, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would, poor soul. Yeah. Bless him. He is a sweetie. So yesterday, I messaged him and I went, we didn't get anything out for dinner. And, you know, I'm really busy, so what do you want to do? We ended up with a takeaway. So I ordered it really early, before they'd even opened, because I thought, you know, he's working, so he wants to go to bed early. So I ordered an Indian, and they delivered it at about 8:30. And it was too late for Gary to eat by that time. So he had the starter, because he likes some of the starters I've introduced him to over the years. And he ate that before he went to bed, but the rest of it he left. So we've got that for dinner today. And I only ate half of mine because obviously I didn't go to bed that early. And so, yeah, that's what we've got. And don't have to cook tonight. So that's another reason I thought I'd do a live, because I've not got to go in the kitchen and worry about what's going to feed Gary when he gets in. Got a free day. Well, hey. Are you kids more like... Well, Gary and I don't have any kids together. He has 2 kids. He's got Jamie boy and Charlotte. They're younger than mine a bit. I've got 2 boys, Paul and Michael. Michael's the musical one. Paul loves singing as well, but Paul is the oldest, and he's got Harley and 2 older children by Victoria's previous relationship. Michael's got Tyler. Jamie doesn't have any kids. Jamie was the one we went to Comic-Con with, and he makes amazing costumes. And Charlotte's got 2 little girls, Sophia and River, and she's pregnant at the moment with a boy. So I was going to make a toy for this this child. I don't do toys, don't do amigurumis, but there was something that I had a little kernel with an idea, and I still have not done it. So it's maybe one of those things that I thought of so long ago and then never got round to doing, and still just don't do it. I don't know. But yeah, so we don't have kids in common. So my kids, Paul's like my dad. He is the image of my dad, and he also has a lot of his personality traits. And I look a bit like my dad, so Paul looks a bit like me. And Michael is a lot like me, but he has some infuriating traits of his dad, who's my ex, obviously. But he looks like my mum. He looks a bit like his dad, not massively, but he's got a lot of my mum's kind of traits. So the bit of me that looks like my mum also resembles Michael. So but he's very, very musical, and none of us. I can sing better than my ex. So yeah, I can hold a tune better than his dad did, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know where he got all that from, really. My Aunt Em was a musician, the only one I can put that down to. But Paul is very much like my dad. In fact, my Aunt Joyce, which was my dad's sister, when we got together once, she obviously see all our pictures and that on Facebook, and she said there's my brother, my sister, and myself, and she said, which one of you has the child that's the image of Jeff? I think that would be me, because my sister and my brother both want their kids to look like my dad, and there's a resemblance there is, but Paul is the image of my dad. So and when I've kind of looked at his old pictures, it's like, wow, you know, he is the image of him. And yeah, so kind of, I suppose they are more like me than they are their dad. Thank goodness is all I can say to that. Thank the Lord. Always been organised with your job, but it ended there. That's basically me. Yeah, I miss out on stuff as well all the time. But yeah, and of course, when I worked for the ambulance service, I had to have a certain amount of planning and scheduling. And that was probably why I hate it in my personal life, because my job was totally planning. You would sit there and you'd have a plan of your area of Kent. When I worked on the response desk, I had the whole of Kent. When I worked on an area, say for argument's sake, I was doing the Maidstone Weald area or the Medway area, I'd have a plan. When that crew come up, then they can go there and cover, and those ones can go back for their meal break. And that job there needs a paramedic, so when one comes available, I'll switch it around. You know, you kind of got this plan of all of your calls that are going on, and then something will happen, you get a cardiac arrest call, so you've got to take them off of there and put them there, and you've got to do this. So plans change, and then you have to think of a new plan. Okay, they can't go there now, so when they're free they can, and they can do this. And so that was, you know, a nightmare in a way, because it's constant plan. You had to have a constant plan A and a plan B, scenarios going on. And I loved it. I loved that job. I really thrived in it. But in my own personal life, no, absolutely not. No, it's not me. I can't do it. Westwood Cross is your favourite shopping place. I like it there. I do, but haven't been for a while. Before I met Gary, I was seeing a guy called Ian, and he was my first boyfriend I met when I was 13 years old. And then I met up with him again when I was 15, and I dumped him. And he found me on Friends Reunited, and we picked up ties, and used to come down, and I used to go back to his and things like that. But when he was in this area, we used to go to Westwood Cross quite a bit. And then we'd always eat in the Frankie and Benny's there, or is it Nando's now? I think we used to go Frankie and Benny's, because, you know, I don't think Nando's was... We did used to go to Nando's, It was new then. But yeah, we used to go into the Frankie and Benny's and occasionally, and go to the View Cinema, all that sort of stuff, and do a bit of shopping. So yeah, used to like it there. But I have been there with Gary, but not very often. Don't tend to go shopping. I used to go shopping all the time. Like I said, it was when I was with my ex, especially, I was never in. I was always out. Always, and I'm always driving. Now, I just can't be bothered. I just cannot. I just can't be bothered. It's actually a waste of money, me having a car. I do need one. I do have one, but it is a complete and utter gigantic waste of money. So I'm never in it. And the aircon's fixed, so I can definitely, I wasn't in it before. I didn't have any aircon. It's fixed now. So, at least it won't be so bad if I do have to go out. Hi, Brenda. Wow, haven't seen you for a long time. How are you? Good to see you. God, that's a blast from the past, Brenda. When I first started YouTube, there was only a few kind of, I suppose there weren't that many of us that used to do lives then. Strangely, I know it's everyone now. But there was Granny D, Brenda, me, Pink Kelly, and occasionally a few others. But yeah, we used to just, yeah, goodness gracious, wow. Seems like ages ago, doesn't it? Back in the day. No. Not going to do the elderly, no. This chair's a bit uncomfortable. It's more comfy than the one that I used to have, the one with the high back. Gary put that together wrong. It's never should have been as uncomfortable as it was. In fact, it's out in the yarn van now, and I hate sitting on it because I feel like it tilts you forward and hurts my back. He definitely didn't put it together right, but it's also peeling because it's old. Like the arms are all peeling, and so this one is like it's like a little bucket. I don't know if you can see it, but I put this cushion on. It's just one of these. It's a swivelly bucket chair. Don't you probably can't see it, but yeah. And I've got the cushion on because I find it actually gives me a bad back, but it is comfy. But it's not good to sit on for a long period of time. I guess that's the only thing. Hang on a sec. Let's have a look. You're doing well, that's good. Are you still going full speed ahead with your channel? You used to do a lot of lives, kind of like growing channel lives. You still do all that? I don't get to see very much now, I must admit. Don't mimic me. Ow! Bless you. I haven't even had any drink. I would have, Jeff, if I hadn't brought that in there, I'd have dried up ages ago. Oh, that is funny. I needed that. Thank you. So, still smells really good, Those of you who've not been in here long, I've got a freebie. And it came from the Martin Lewis TV thing. Well, it's like a newsletter that comes out. And you can get this little pack from a company called I don't know. You might know how to pronounce it better than me. Groom. And it's a little bar of soap. Smells really nice. Like a chocolate orange, actually. Then there's a facial kind of SPF 50. And then there was this, which was a perfume. And as soon as I opened it, it was like, whoa, that's lovely. Really is. Really nice. Beautiful. At least if it was shame it's not smell-o-vision. Because, I smell fantastic. I don't mind telling you. That's beautiful. I'll tell you what, if you're from the UK, check that out. Check it. It's the Martin Lewis. Of course, if you could go on his website, it'll be there. You don't have to pay like a couple of quid for postage, but it's well worth it. Next time you see me, I'm covered in spots. then I'll say, don't do it. Don't, whatever you do. This will last Gary all of 5 seconds. Oh, that smells so nice. It's almost like a, you know, if I say like a chocolate and an orange, but it's got that, what's that stuff? Turkish delighty kind of smell too. It's just very nice. Well, not bad for a freebie at all. Not bad. So I'm not going to be on for too much longer because Gary will be home in a minute. My goodness. I've been yakking away in this corner for ages. But yeah, he'll be home soon. And I don't know. Probably missed a bit of Formula One practice too. Oh, well. It's only practice. It's Silverstone this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping it's as exciting as the last one because it has been absolutely boring of late. When there's someone dominating, it does get a little bit boring. Unless it's a person you follow, then it's not. But if it's someone you don't follow, then it certainly is. So I'm hoping it'll be okay. So thanks for coming and spending some time with me. I was at a loose end today. I really did not know what to do with myself. So I'm glad I popped on. And yeah, good to see you all. So I'm going to say bye-bye and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen my swatches yesterday, that's videos up. And we've got lots of giveaways going on if you haven't seen them. Anyway, bye for now. Take care, everyone. And I don't know how to end this. Oh, there it is. Changed everything.